Okay, thermoelectricity. Thermo means heat, electricity means current. The current is produced by the heat is nothing but thermoelectricity. We know that when the current flows through the conductor, then the conductor gets heated. Means heat energy is converted into electrical energy. Its converse effect means electrical energy is produced by the heat. Means heat energy is converted into electrical energy is nothing but the thermoelectricity. About this thermoelectricity, the first idea was given by the Thomson John Seebeck in the year 1822. So according to this Seebeck, the two dissimilar metals, for example, one is copper and another one is the iron and copper, two dissimilar metals are connected in the form of loop. So there must be two junctions are provided. One junction A is immersed in the ice, becomes cold junction, and another junction B is heated by the flame, becomes the hot junction. So this is called thermocouple. ಈ ಒಂದು ಥರ್ಮೋ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಸಿಟಿ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಸೀಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥವನು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ. ಅವನು ಎರಡು ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಮಟೀರಿಯಲ್ಸ್ ಇಂದ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ವೈರ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ತಗೊಳ್ತಾನೆ. ಇನ್ ದ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಲೂಪ್ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಎರಡು ಜಂಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಒಂದು ಜಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಅನ್ನ ಐಸಲ್ಲಿ ಇಮರ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಜಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಅನ್ನ ಹಾಟ್ ಫ್ಲೇಮ್ ಹತ್ರ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಒಂದು ಕೋಲ್ಡ್ ಜಂಕ್ಷನ್, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಹಾಟ್ ಜಂಕ್ಷನ್. ಈ ಒಂದು ಸರ್ಕ್ಯೂಟ್ಗೆ ಥರ್ಮೋಕಪಲ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. So when the temperature of the hot junction is increased, then the galvanometer shows the deflection in one direction. Means an EMF and hence the current is produced in the circuit. This is known as Seebeck effect. The thermocouple in which when the temperature of the hot junction is increased, then there is a EMF and hence the current is induced or produced in the circuit is called Seebeck effect. ಈ ಒಂದು ಥರ್ಮೋಕಪಲ್ ನ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಜಂಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ಒಂದು ಹಾಟ್ ಜಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಇರೋ ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್ ನ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಆಗ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಮತ್ತು EMF ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಸೀಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಈ ಒಂದು EMF ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರೋಮೋಟಿವ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ energy required to drive the unit charge or energy required to send the electron or nothing but the drive the electrons through the conductor is nothing but EMF. ಆ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟರ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಫ್ಲೋ ಆಗ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ, ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ಫ್ಲೋ ಆಗ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬೇಕಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಎನರ್ಜಿಯನ್ನ EMF ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. EMF ದ ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಟು ವೋಲ್ಟ್. ದ ರೇಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಫ್ಲೋ ಆಫ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಇಸ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ ದ ಕರೆಂಟ್. ಟೈಮ್ ರೇಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಫ್ಲೋ ಆಫ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಇಸ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ ಕರೆಂಟ್. ಈ ರೀತಿ ಆ ಒಂದು ಟೂ ಜಂಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ನ ಥರ್ಮೋಕಪಲ್ ನ ಟೂ ಜಂಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿಫರೆಂಟ್ ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್ ನ ಮೇಂಟೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ EMF ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಥರ್ಮೋ EMF ಅಂಡ್ ದಿಸ್ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟರ್ ಡ್ಯೂ ಟು ದ EMF. ಥರ್ಮೋ EMF ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಥರ್ಮೋ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಕರೆಂಟ್. ಸೊ ಈ ಒಂದು ಕಾಪರ್ ಐರನ್ ಥರ್ಮೋಕಪಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಫ್ಲೋಸ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಕಾಪರ್ ಟು ಐರನ್ ಥ್ರೂ ದ ಹಾಟ್ ಜಂಕ್ಷನ್ or current is flows from iron to copper through the cold junction. If reverse ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ A and B reverse ಅಂದ್ರೆ A becomes hot junction and B becomes cold junction ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಆಗ that again current is flows from copper to iron through the hot junction and current is flows from iron to copper through the cold junction. So that EMF produced by this copper iron thermocouple is less than that of the bismuth antimony thermocouple. ಈ ಒಂದು bismuth antimony thermocouple ಇಂದ ಲಾರ್ಜ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಆಫ್ EMF ಇಂಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಟು ದ ಕಾಪರ್ ಐರನ್ thermocouple ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ. ಸೊ ನೋ ದ ಗ್ರಾಫ್ variation of thermo EMF with temperature. Here the graph is plotted along the y-axis EMF, thermo EMF is taken, produced by the thermocouple according to the Seebeck, and the difference of temperature between the two junctions. Usually temperature at the cold junction is 0 degrees Celsius and temperature of the hot junction is taken along the x-axis. Then there is a parabolic curve is obtained. This graph indicates with increasing the temperature of the hot junction, the thermo EMF is goes on increases and it reaches the maximum value. When again the temperature is increased in the hot junction, but thermo EMF is goes on decreases and it becomes 0 at the point B. When again temperature is increased, the direction of the EMF is reversed from B point. So this curve is the variation of thermo EMF with the temperature. According to this curve, the temperature of the hot junction at which thermo EMF is maximum is called neutral temperature. So even the hot junction ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರತಕ್ಕಂತ ಯಾವೊಂದು ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಥರ್ಮೋ EMF ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ ಇರುತ್ತೋ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಲ್ ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್ Tn. Similarly, the temperature of the hot junction at which thermo EMF is 0 and gets reversed is called inversion temperature or nothing but temperature of inversion. See at the point B. So ಈ ಒಂದು ಹಾಟ್ ಜಂಕ್ಷನ್ ನ ಯಾವೊಂದು ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಒಂದು ಥರ್ಮೋ EMF 0 ಆಗಬೇಕು, ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಅದರ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ರಿವರ್ಸ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ಆಗ ಅಲ್ಲಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಹಾಟ್ ಜಂಕ್ಷನ್ಗೆ ನಾವು ಇನ್ವರ್ಷನ್ ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ ಅಥವಾ ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್ ಆಫ್ ಇನ್ವರ್ಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. So this neutral temperature is depends upon the temperature of the hot junction and also it is depends upon the nature of the materials used in the thermocouple. Copper iron ಅಥವಾ bismuth antimony ಈ ರೀತಿ ಯಾವ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ thermocouple ಇದೆ ಅನ್ನೋದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಬಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಡಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಅಪಾನ್ ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಕೋಲ್ಡ್ ಜಂಕ್ಷನ್. And this temperature of inversion is depends upon temperature at the cold junction. And also it depends upon the nature of the material of the wires used in the thermocouple. But it does not depends upon temperature of the hot junction. See this graph. In this graph, the temperature of inversion is more than that of the temperature, neutral temperature, which is more than that of the temperature at the cold junction Tc. So according to this graph, Ti minus Tn is equal to Tn minus Tc. Usually temperature at the hot junction is 0 degrees Celsius. Therefore, Ti is equal to minus Tn is taken to the right side, becomes plus Tn minus 0. Therefore, Ti is equal to 2 Tn. Temperature of inversion is always twice the temperature, usually twice the neutral temperature. So in the case of copper iron thermocouple, the neutral temperature is 270 degrees Celsius. That's why that thermo EMF, the temperature of inversion becomes 540 degrees Celsius. This is the variation of EMF with temperature. So that equation also to determine the thermo EMF was given by Seebeck, that is E equal to AT plus BT square. E is the thermo EMF produced in the thermocouple. T is the temperature of the hot junction or difference of temperature between the two junctions, and A and B are the constants in the thermocouple. This is the Seebeck effect.
Seebeck effect. In 1821, German physicist Thomas Johann Seebeck discovered that in a circuit consisting of two dissimilar metals like iron and copper, an EMF is developed when the junctions are maintained at different temperatures. Two dissimilar metals connected to form two junctions is called a thermocouple. The EMF developed in the circuit is thermoelectric EMF. The current through the circuit is called thermoelectric current. This effect is called thermoelectric effect or Seebeck effect. If the hot and cold junctions are interchanged, the direction of current also reverses. Hence, Seebeck effect is reversible. In a copper-iron thermocouple, the direction of the current is from copper to iron at the hot junction. The magnitude and sign of thermo EMF depends on the materials of the two conductors and the temperatures of the hot and cold junctions. Seebeck, after studying the thermoelectric properties of different pairs of metals, arranged them in a series called thermoelectric series. The thermoelectric series of metals is bismuth, nickel, Pd palladium, Pt platinum, Cu copper, Mn manganese, Hg mercury, Pb lead, Sn tin, Au gold, Ag silver, Zn zinc, Cd cadmium, Fe iron, Sp antimony. The direction of the current at the hot junction is from the metal occurring earlier in the series to the one occurring later in the series. The magnitude of thermo EMF is larger for metals appearing farther apart in the series. The position of the metal in the series depends upon the temperature. The thermo EMF of any thermocouple has the temperature dependence given by the relation as follows, where theta is the temperature difference between the junctions and alpha and beta are constants depending on the nature of the materials.